China orders 50% domestic chips used in Chinese AI. Adobe, Grammarly, and Otter turn to AI, but are they just testing features for the big models? Windows 11 patch crashes SSDs, and an MIT report finds 95% of enterprise AI pilots fail to deliver. Welcome to #Trending. I'm your host, Jim Love. Let's get into it. China is telling its data centers to use at least half domestic AI chips. Publicly owned data centers must now source more than 50% of their AI chips from domestic manufacturers as part of its Made in China push to boost technological self-reliance. Yet the real challenge lies not just in hardware. For years, NVIDIA has dominated not merely with powerful GPUs, but with CUDA, a parallel computing platform and programming ecosystem that makes its chips exceptionally easy to adopt. CUDA's decades-long developer support, tools, libraries, and reliability have created a kind of moat around NVIDIA's dominance. China's answer is Huawei's CAN toolkit, but it's still catching up. As a result, companies like DeepSeek, which launched an open-weight model that ran on regular CPUs, are now finding they have performance and compatibility issues deploying their latest model on domestic chips and delaying its release. And although no Chinese executive is going to criticize the Chinese directives in public, the CEO of DeepSeek has said he was frustrated with technical issues that they faced and delays to their new model. Meanwhile, across the Pacific, Sam Altman is still sounding the alarm. The AI race with China is not just a matter of keeping chips at bay via export controls. He warns the U.S. may be underestimating the geopolitical depth and speed of China's AI momentum, and that such pressure may just accelerate China's own innovation. So this may not be a showstopper for China. It's a strategic push for independence that might slow development now, but might ultimately strengthen its own domestic AI infrastructure, turning today's struggle into tomorrow's competitive advantage. It wouldn't be the first time that people have lost underestimating China's tenacity or their competitiveness. Software giants that once dominated their niche are now facing a new kind of competition, the large language models. And to stay relevant, they're rushing to bolt on AI features, sometimes at real cost, and sometimes they're finding at real risk. Adobe has folded generative AI into Acrobat and Firefly, but its first rollouts sparked privacy fears. Users thought their documents might be scanned automatically and might be used to teach an AI model, but the company scrambled to clarify, you own your content, and Adobe does not train its AI on customer files without permission. It's a telling reminder that trust is as important as features. Grammarly, meanwhile, has gone further. It's launched 8 new AI agents handling everything from citations and grading to predicting reader reactions, available at no extra charge to free and pro users. It's no longer just a grammar checker. It's evolving into a full AI writing assistant. And Otter AI scrambled to catch up as well, but has found there are risks in moving too fast. The transcription app is now facing a class action lawsuit accused of secretly recording meetings on Zoom, Google Meet, and Teams without proper consent, possibly even using those recordings to train its AI models. These are serious allegations with major privacy implications, and in the litigious world of AI, they could come at a big cost. The question is, will these add-on features be enough for these software applications that once dominated in their space to keep them relevant? Or are these companies just doing field tests for capabilities that large language models will adopt as they increase their dominance with both corporate and home users? Microsoft's August update for Windows 11 contains important security fixes, but users are now reporting SSDs and HDDs vanishing, files disappearing, and data corruption. So the patch may close one threat, but open another. This month, Microsoft released a Windows 11 24H2 update at KB 5063878. It was designed to seal security holes and harden the system. Soon after its release, users began reporting serious problems. Storage drives suddenly disappeared during heavy write tasks like big game installs and raised fears of corrupted or lost data. A tech enthusiast going by Nakuru_cat methodically tested these failures across more than 20 SSD models, including popular ones like the Samsung 90 Pro and the WD Black SN7100, as well as some HDDs. Reports suggested that drives lose visibility after around 50 gigabytes of continuous writing, especially under certain cache or controller loads. Digging deeper, researchers flagged that minor changes in Windows storage handling, especially around host memory buffer behavior, can push SSD controllers into edge case bugs. Some HDD and SSD firmware updates have resolved these crashes, suggesting it isn't only Microsoft's fault, but also a coordination and testing gap with hardware vendors. So far, Microsoft hasn't issued a formal response, though SSD maker Phison acknowledged being aware of industry-wide effects and is investigating. In the meantime, users are being advised to avoid large file operations or even delay installing the update until more clarity emerges. Now, there was a time when savvy users routinely ran a backup before upgrading. But in today's cloud-driven world, updates often happen automatically, and that habit has faded. But the very speed and complexity of modern software means patches, meant to keep us safe, can themselves be part of the threat landscape. Enterprises are betting big on AI, but according to a new MIT research paper, nearly all pilot projects are failing to move the needle on revenue. The report is called the Gen AI Divide, State of AI in Business 2025, from MIT's NANDA initiative, which studied 300 AI deployments, surveyed 350 employees, and interviewed 150 business leaders. Their takeaway: only about 5% of enterprise AI pilots drive rapid revenue growth. The rest stall, delivering little measurable impact. Aditya Chalapalli, lead author of the report, explained that the problem isn't the AI models themselves, it's how companies are trying to integrate them. Tools like ChatGPT excel for individuals because of their flexibility, but in enterprise settings, generic systems don't adapt to workflows or organizational learning gaps. The research also found companies are misplacing resources. More than half of generative AI budgets go into sales and marketing, yet the biggest returns are in back-office automation, eliminating outsourcing, cutting agency costs, and streamlining operations. Purchased tools from specialized vendors succeed about 2/3 of the time, while in-house builds succeed only 1/3 as often. The workforce impact is real, but it's subtle. Rather than layoffs, many firms are simply not backfilling roles in customer support and administration as they become vacant. And shadow AI use, employees turning to unsanctioned tools, remains widespread. For most enterprises, generative AI is still more promise than profit. But the few that succeed prove the potential is there if companies can focus on the right problems, empower managers, and pick tools that adapt rather than experiment endlessly. And that's our show. If you like what we're doing, please share the show with others. Give us a like or a comment on your favorite podcast app or site. We are found everywhere: Apple, Spotify, YouTube, and more, and we're back on Alexa and Google smart speakers. Hallelujah. We love to hear from you. You can reach me at technewsday.ca or .com. Just go to the Contact Us page, and while you're there, if you'd like to support what we're doing, please go to the Donate tab and consider contributing the cost of a cup of coffee a month to support the show. Just the bill alone from us fixing the problem with the Alexa speakers and Google smart speakers is a real hit for a show like ours. And if you're watching this on YouTube, just leave a comment under the video, and your contributions would be gratefully accepted as well. I'm your host, Jim Love. Have a wonderful Wednesday.